And London? I just want to make out with him.
Hi.
Now, you guys
What's
haven't
up,
seen
Lucy?
each other since the show?
It's been over 10 years,
This
yeah.
is the first time?
And it's,
Yes.
it's so crazy to think that, like, it's been 10 effing years for any of this crap. Like,
Yeah.
It's wild. So,
Yeah.
you guys even talked on social media or like
no.
anything?
I blocked him. I was like, block. Like,
Okay, I brought you onto the podcast and you told your story and I had a change of heart about you. You told me what happened, and when you left Daisy of Love, you didn't think that you were coming back, right?
The way I looked at it was that like this whole thing was like kind of like a fake thing, I guess. And I went into it thinking that it would be. Sally Project, they told me, whatever. So I ended up there like drunk off my ass and probably on other things too. And like I was like I feel bad for the producers because I was not the person they cast, like for my audition video.
You were like wild in your audition tape.
Yeah.
no, he was like out. He was wilding out. He was.
All I'll say is this: is that like I the best way I can put it is that like I quit the show because I actually cared, but the thing that they didn't show was like there were these like little moments that weren't on the show where it was like we were talking about music or like directors we liked or movies, and it was there was a lot of stuff that was like very, very similar, and I just kind of saw somebody that in spirit was like just this amazing person who was very talented and super creative and thoughtful. No, I mean, I'm not saying it to like have anybody say, oh, like it was just like that was my take from it, but I was not prepared to be somebody who properly valued that at the time.
Cheers. London, you're finished already?
I know. What?
No.
Okay, we don't need to go in that direction.
That's the last thing in the world I want to do.
A few moments later.
That was the truth. Cheers.
There's behavior that's happening in one instance, and then suddenly a complete change, and the person is reacting completely differently to you, and you know it's because of they're making a show, and they have to portray a character, they have to create drama. There has to be, it can't just be this big love fest between two people for like a whole season.
Right.
So
yeah,
her behavior towards me at times was it became obvious that she was purposely kind of giving me shit, I guess.
Yeah, that sucks though. That sucks because it casts doubt, and then of course you also know you're on TV, so you're like, is this just people making me look stupid now so that it's for ratings? I'm sure all that went through your mind.
That's why I quit the show. Is I was like, all right, you know what? Like I'm basically here. I'm here to be like turned into some kind of a joke. I'm not going to let that happen to me. There was like a scene, the scene where I flipped out, like in the limo and everything. It was all because they didn't show this, but if you watch it back, it's edited. You'll see like my leather jacket kind of switching back and forth between me and her. She was cold, and like I offered her my jacket, and she like did this like, ew, no, this stinks like smoke. Ew, like cigarettes, gross. And I'm like, okay,
she's a smoker though, right?
Yeah.
That's weird.
But then she was like, after doing that, then she's like, here, give me that jacket. I want to wear it. She's like, you can wear this one. And she takes this little pink frilly thing that she has and like throws it to me in the limo. And I'm just like, oh, no. I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. And I said in the limo, I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Like if this is, I know it's TV, whatever. Like if I do something stupid, if I get drunk and pass out on the floor, that's on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I own that, right? But like, you're not going to manufacture like, stuff to make me look stupid. Like
right.
I'm just not going to do that, and that's why I quit the show.
I don't blame you. You basically like took control back for yourself, yeah. And clearly, when you were leaving, she was pretty devastated. And at that point, you seemed like you genuinely had feelings for her.
Yeah.
So was that hard for you to leave her behind? Like when you left, were you thinking like, I'm not ever going to see her again? Or what were you perceiving was going to happen at that point? Or were you even looking that far ahead?
I thought I'd never see her again. I mean, I don't know if I thought too much further ahead, but I didn't expect to see her again or anything.
Did the producers fight you on that? Like, I'm surprised that the producers just let you go, because I know on Rock of Love, all of the different seasons, Some of the girls who came onto the podcast told me they tried to leave and producers like fought them on it. Christy Joe even said they threatened to sue her if she left. So
Yes.
Brandy M wanted to leave, and so yeah, a lot of them wanted to leave actually. And so did they? How did they not? They didn't fight you on it?
Like I wasn't, I didn't want to be there, and I was saying I want to go home, and they fought me on it and everything. And I realized that the only thing that I could do, and I don't know if this had happened before on any of these shows, was to not accept the thing, the rose.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
Is it because then it's like I can't just pack my bags and disappear and have them be like, okay, cool, just like explain it away. I had to do I had to be at the ceremony thing, at the eliminations, to actually just turn down the chance to stay. And I realized that was the only way I was getting out. So
and she had no idea that you were going to do this, right? Like, did you have this conversation with her? Like, hey, just so you know, I'm planning on leaving, or was this like a complete shock surprise to her as well?
No, she knew there was a very good chance I was going to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had she tried to talk you out of it as of that point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looked pretty devastated.
I can't take it. I'm sorry. You gotta let.
There was, I guess, to me, like at the time, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, how much of what she's saying to me about her feelings is real, and how much of it is producers telling her to go do this?
Of course, yeah, that would be confusing. I totally get why you would second guess all that. Yeah. So you're in the whatever the vehicle where they're taking you out after you had left, and so then the producer ran and brought you a note. You said that she had written you.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did the note say?
Just had her number and said, hey, like, you're the only person here that I actually, had something with. And, I'd like to meet up when this is all over and, see what happens. And I got all excited and happy, and I'm like, yeah. So, and I text her, and, it takes a little bit, but then I get a response, and then, we start texting back and forth and calling each other. And I guess at some point they found out and took her phone away. And that's when they called me, and we're like, all right, look, dude, like, just come back.
When you came back, you met with Ricky, and Ricky was like, kind of did his whole spiel of like, yeah, come on back. And then he walked you into Daisy's bedroom, kind of like, surprise, London's here. Her reaction seemed genuinely, authentically surprised that you were back. Do you know how much of that, like, was that moment real? Was she genuinely surprised that you were there? Did she know you were coming back? Do you have any answers to those kind of questions?
Yes. So what had happened was, when I left the show, one of the production people slipped me a note and it was a note from Daisy saying, hey, like, you're the only person here that I'm into. Like, I really like you. Let's hang out when this is all over. And it had her number on it. So we're texting and calling back and forth when she's not on camera. And I guess somebody found out and they took her phone.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, and then they tried to talk me into coming, and they got me another ticket back to LA, and I didn't get on the plane. I was going to, and then I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Like,
so you missed the flight.
Yeah. I was like, I can see her after this. I don't have to be part of it. Right.
Right.
And then I talked to Ricky and some other people. It was like, yeah, if you really like her, then just go back and do it, And I realized that if I kind of, two things. One, I wanted to see her because I missed her. And also that, who knows if she meets somebody else, whatever, or like finds something with someone else. And then also, if I just left, it's going to be me puking, passed out on a floor, and then I leave, and there's no redemption. So I was like,
point.
I better go back out and try to, redeem myself. But yeah, that was, there was this whole kind of back and forth with some of the production people about whether I was going to come back or not. I think that she knew I was going to come back, but then after I missed the first flight, there might have been some, maybe she wasn't sure. I don't know if they told her. I don't know, because we weren't able to communicate anymore.
Because they had taken her phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened after you missed the first flight and you kind of were like getting cold feet? Did the producers reach out to you, be like, dude, come on? Or like, what were they like?
I called them and I was like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. And I missed the flight, and then they were like, so I basically, I missed the flight, but the next day I flew out. I think after I talked to Ricky, I decided to go back out and do it because Ricky called me and we had like a real talk, not like a producer talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So he like was like, yo, I get it, dude. I told him like how I felt. Like, I don't want to be, I'm not going out there to be a joke. I don't want to be edited like a joke because I felt like that was kind of what was happening too. And they had told her that she needs to be the episode where I left, they had told her, I think, that she had to pay more attention to the other guys and not be so nice to me. So on that episode, she had gone out of her way to be kind of like,
little standoffish.
Yeah, like gross,
Yeah.
get away from me, And that's kind of what set me off.
My name is Joshua Lee. Do you know that? I'm Joshua Lee. I'm a real fucking person, man.
So that's when I was like, I'm a real fucking person. I'm like, my name is Joshua Lee. I'm a real fucking person. And I was kind of pissed off because I'm like, I'm trying to kind of switch from being here for my own personal reasons to promote myself. And I'm trying to pivot to actually having feelings for this person. And, I felt like it was being that manipulation of something that's real to make a TV show. And I just got pissed off at everybody because she's acting the way that she was, which is because she has to. And the production team is trying to kind of seed this conflict, and the story team, and that's what they have to do as well. But I wasn't prepared for it mentally.